get some real quality links coming through. Usually pretty easy, especially in this market, because like start an iPhone blog, and start writing about iPhone related concepts, and you'll get links that you can flow to the rest of your site pretty easily. But yeah, I mean, those are the three things I would do now: is get on its own host, pull the site, and actually have an HTML site up that's not framed
Real.
site, yeah, and then also start a blog and.
Yeah, I mean, at this point in time, this website is like basically a giant invisible graphic.
And if any of these links that you're getting for the German one are leased, I don't know if you're leasing links, like just start. Okay, yeah, it's just anything that you can start getting rid of on this link profile, and start like easing it out and easing quality links in, right? And you're gonna see like a lot better results. Trust me.
Yeah, go ahead.
In a case like this, do you recommend like these e-site articles and stuff, or is that old school?
As far as for link development?
Oh yeah, for like writing articles and press.
Like the article distribution.
Yeah, so my opinion on all links is you need a diversified profile, and you need to really follow what your industry standard is, right? So if the industry standard is a lot of people are writing easy in articles, because a lot of it's about what can you mask as far as your link building as well. Remember, any link building you do that's not natural link building is against what Google wants you to do, right? Like if you're building links, Google doesn't want you building links. You should only be attracting links, right? So you shouldn't be going out and actively getting links, no matter how you're doing it. So you want to mask your effort. So you really let's say everybody in your industry is doing easy in articles, do easy in articles, but also take it to the next level and get quality links as well. The easy in article routes, we don't really go. We like to actually take articles and submit them directly to bloggers. So we get huge blogger lists that we go out and hit up bloggers that we know in different networks. That tends to get better results. Because then also we're releasing it, they take it and then they recreate the information, and it just turns out to be better. Because now it can actually drive traffic via those articles as well,
And I mean, the reality is out there that you may have to incentivize when you get links. So you may actually have to pay for them.
At
least pay somebody to
buy
build
some links. Just don't let anybody know you're buying the links.
Exactly.
And you're going to be okay.
And never buy links from a network.
I like to call it private placement.
Private placement is good.
And if you're in a niche where you really need to buy links, right? Like so pharma, gambling, porn, finance, right? Payday, like you're gonna have to buy links, right? So if you're in one of those niches, what I do is social. If you can get into the social realm, is really key for you, because let's say you do a social piece that grabs 700 links really quick, right? Now you buy 5 or 10 links, you're never gonna get picked up on the link buy. It's gonna be totally camouflaged by the social push overall.
Yeah. You want any type of link growth to look extremely organic.
Yeah.
So which means you're gonna want some cruddy links, some good quality links, and a lot of mid-range.
And if you don't want to be the one that stands out. In your vertical, if the top players have 10, 12, 13,000 links, don't be the guy that rolls in there with 50,000 links.
In one day.
I did that once.
Bad stuff.
That website has never, ever ranked for anything ever again. But it was a phentermine site and might have pissed off about 60,000 bloggers overnight. The good old days.
You don't want to be the tallest poppy in the field, because it's going to be the first one to get mown down.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Only if you start there.
Okay.
Don't mow many lawns, do you? Make Dave mow the lawns, don't you?
We hire people to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's next?
Payday of Utah.
Payday of Utah.
Oh yeah, no, we're here until
It's
4.
double session.
Do y'all want to take 5 minutes?
Yeah, you guys can take 5 minutes.
I want to take 5 minutes.
Of course.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, anybody who's just shown up and wants a site.
Go ahead and write it on.
Is it, yeah.
Here, what is it?
And if anybody wants to bail and go to another session.
What?
Feel free. Yeah.
Bird
No,
beaters?
Don't do it.
Yeah.
But this is basically a back-to-back double session, so I mean we can
We're gonna
either
be
keep
here
going
for a
through.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you very much for the.
Yeah, we're doing 2 back-to-back, but
And thank you for the tip.
No problem.
yeah, let's take 5 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and take 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys saw the site. I saw the facial expression. This is the best. I get that. But what do I need to do? I mean, obviously.
You need to build a site, dude.
saw here, okay. Your styling is, you have CSS styling, it's not an external style sheet. Put in an external style sheet. Just
That's the
because
first thing to notice. Look at this thing.
bothers me.
What's up with this huge list of cities on the bottom of the page?
Trying to be able to get anybody that applies anywhere from Utah.
That's
A
not-
lot of times they're searching for their own specific city.
Is it working for you?
That's not the way to do it.
All right. Way to do it.
Let me tell you how to do it. We'll go from there, right? Yeah. So the way I would personally do it is I would break. So you're talking about information architecture now, right? And so you're gonna start with your domain and work category level down, okay? And so the way I would set up your category levels is I would probably base it on counties and then cities within those counties, right? And then actually create content-rich pages for each of those. Where do you go for that? You go to me. That's right. Okay.
So what I see you've done with your links here is basically you've created a nice big link farm.
What you found?
Are you trying to rank for local terms?
Yeah.
Are you guys in Google Local? Are you guys even in the local space?
Yeah, we don't have brick and mortar.
You don't need them.
Go get a mailbox,
Sorry.
mailbox etc. address.
That's going to be, like the one box shows up everywhere for payday now. You know what I mean? So even for the main term payday, they're geo-locating that, but via IP. So like you really want to, like that, if that's your strategy, go for that. But also start building some quality links to this. Because yeah, payday is spammy, but you have to have some quality links in there. You know what I mean? Payday links are really hard to build though.
Yeah, like almost all those links are actually our sites.
Yeah, see, he owns all 50
So
states.
it's just you're linking from your network. Don't do that.
Some
Yeah.
of them are, I don't know who they are.
Hey,
Yeah,
so like
stop linking to your sites.
Yeah, like we actually had a client that was doing a lot of interlinking to the sites, and so like one of the sites, because it was so spammy, ended up getting another one of the sites banned because they were linking to a spam site basically. So I mean, just don't interlink your sites. Start building like natural links, and the way to do that is maybe like so once you start building out your category levels, right, where you like have like mid-veil information on Midvale and like payday loans and like whatever, start reaching out to bloggers out of the Midvale area to get links from it. You know what I mean? However you do that is your business.
Hey, wait, aren't you selling that infographic traffic?
Yeah. if you want to figure out how to do a payday infographic, I'll show you how.
Question on your
Rowdy
table
girl like
for
that.
fees, your fee schedule. This has nothing to do with SEO. I'm just curious. You have annual rate APR and a percentage, and you have 2,190% is how I rate it.
Ooh, I want to take out that loan.
Telling you, was there a missing dot somewhere?
No, it's the way they make you calculate the APR is based off of the time frame of when a legal.
Okay,
This
'cause
is a payday loan.
Okay.
The interest on payday loans is nasty.
Roll that over as if they were to take out a loan every 2 weeks. For every single
1,000%.
2 weeks out of the year. So it's
Yeah.
skewed math.
So this is just a lead gen site, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, like again, your biggest things that you're gonna want to focus on is like redo your IA, like your information architecture. Start to build it from county level down if you're looking to just go for Utah terms. Pump some equity into the category levels via links, and then also get into Google, get into the one box via local. Start figuring out how to get some, PO box and some phone numbers and go from there. And that, like, you'll see you'll start accruing business based on that if, it's a sounder strategy than what's going on now.
Yeah, definitely say from where try the like mailbox, etc. Something that'll give you, it doesn't say PO box on it, so it'll give you a physical address and then like a suite number. That'll definitely help you get in there.
Okay, so you're lead gen, and when you click on apply now, you end up on greenhotcash.com. Okay, two issues there.
That's gonna be totally
Okay.
gone in probably next week.
If you can feed something before or warn them before, I don't, just do something other than that, because I have a client in the auto refinance industry. I see this 24/7. The other thing is I don't know who this is. I don't know, I'm sure you're going through somebody else. You're asking for a social security number without a secured site. No.
Oh, it's not.
it is not a secured page and they're asking for a social security number, number one, that's just bad people to do business with. So just saying this all.
But see, now what you can do here is I would imagine you can fulfill your payday loans through various merchants, right?
Yes.
And you're sending your people to one merchant. So, little trick we did back in the day, put up your own secure site, consolidate all the forms, and then fire off the pertinent information to 6 or 7 other merchants.
Yeah, kind of like a ping post tree.
That's where the green hot dash part's disappearing.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good man.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Love it.
The security and all that stuff, that site's tied in with the software company, and there's little about it.
Yeah.
Next week, that should.
They're bad.
Smack them around. Your upper navigation, I mean, I'd probably move your privacy policy down. Get it out of there. Also, now this is all image, correct? Depending on your HTML structure, which I'm gonna assume that this is your upper nav is what's appearing first, you're kind of really missing the ability to get that good anchor text, especially if the engines are counting the first link they find on the page as the one that they're gonna qualify. You can get text directly under there just using CSS, and it's absolutely legal and fine. Externalize your style sheets. You already mentioned that.
Stop using Dreamweaver.
What was that?
Stop using Dreamweaver. You're heavily table based. Again, update your site to use external style sheets and coding like that to focus in on your content.
You can externalize all that JavaScript too.
Yeah.
And just for the counterpoint to that, I'm the guy that will go, use tables if you want to use tables. Who cares?
That's true. But
If you can ever prove to me that a site, the exact same thing, tables versus CSS, actually made a difference in the ranking,
What about content stacking?
you can do that with tables.
Yeah, that's true, but not all of it.
Enough of it.
it's easier.
And they're not
CSS.
doing content stacking anyways.
It's easier.
This is true.
So you're gonna deal with somebody that does tables like this and tell them to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd clean the code up considerably.
Should we move on?
Yeah, that's all for that list. The next one we're gonna do is
Birdfeeders.com.
birdfeeders.com.
Great domain.
It's pretty. It's a pretty site. It is a great
Very pretty
domain.
site.
Good keywords in the domain. Your URL structure's nice.
Wow, you got like everything going on here.
Next,
You're like just bragging, aren't you? Where are you? You're just bragging.
Not really. I mean, there has to be something bad about it.
What problem are you having?
There are some run, like for squirrel proof feeders, we run to 59. So
I mean, usually the problem is then, if it's not an architectural issue, it's a link issue.
It's a link issue.
That you gotta build links, quality anchor text. I mean, again, like, we ranked like a site that's a brochure site with like 5 pages for like one of the most competitive terms like in search right now. And we didn't do it based on architecture or any issues. It's like, how many links can you get with the appropriate anchor text, and how can you build them in quality and not get hit, you know what I mean? So if everything is positive about what you're doing on the page, like there's no magic wand. You just need to hit that other part of the algorithm, the heaviest part, which is your inbound link equity. Like what quality, and you have like your product's perfect for going after your target market, like people that have bird blogs, like probably elderly blogs, like old people like to watch birds, I'm guessing, and feed squirrels. Again, mommy bloggers, like concepts like, you know, build a bird feeder with your kids, like lots of good stuff. And again, use your product. Are you an affiliate? So you're a merchant? Okay, so then you can actually give product away again as, you know, it's a good investment, right? Because let's say you give away $2,000 worth of product to get your rankings that you want, but then you generate, you know, $10,000 extra dollars a month in revenue, like for 12 months, so it's a huge ROI on that. So like that's the way you need to look at it. Don't be afraid to give away product, thinking, okay, well, we're not sure if it's going to work. The links are going to help. They're just going to help long term.
We're thinking about adding a blog. Would you recommend it to do it in the site or outside the site?
This one actually I would do in the site, and I would use the blog to attract, because like you're in a real like hobbyist like kind of niche, right? Like bird watching and things like that. So people would actively come to your site and link from their blog as well. Again, like the party supplies person, like people aren't like actively always doing party supply things. Like you're in a niche spot where you can actually do a really great bird watching, bird feeding blog.
So the URL should be the same, like user.com/blog?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're keeping all your link equity internally, and you can shoot it around from your blog internally, and it's gonna work really well.
I wanted to add something on to what he was saying. In addition to mommy bloggers, you know, looking for people to give your product to get them to talk about it and link back, Girl Scout troops, Boy Scout troops, grade schools. Grade schools have nice, those are nice domains to get links from. It's not the same as, you know, just somebody's recreational blog.
Yeah, I mean, I would like grade grade schools sometimes have .coms and whatnot. Like maybe even look at college like ecology clubs and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
Those .edus would kill, right? So you like do college ecology clubs. Maybe you give some product to a .gov, like a park just put up like a new park, and you go throw some bird feeders their way. You have a .gov link now. Kill it. So
What are we looking
I'm excited for you.
What is it?
Or you can do like a viral video where like you get a bunch of birds to come somewhere, you get a shotgun, you gotta shoot them. That'll work out too.
at? Wait, what are we doing?
That's a different route to go altogether. This is the way my mind works.
Yeah, you mentioned the squirrel proof. So I went onto the site to find where the squirrel proof stuff is, and so you have types of bird feeders category, and then underneath that you have hopper and squirrel proof and all that kind of stuff. But you don't actually, you keep it all as types of bird feeders. So the squirrel proof is a subcategory. So the page, it still says types of feeders, and it's got the same 2 paragraphs, and then underneath that you have the different types. So if you're gonna go to the squirrel proof bird feeder, make it more its own real page, not a type of bird feeder, but a squirrel proof bird feeder. Put that in the H1, put it at the front of your title tag. Right now you have types of bird feeders, squirrel proof bird feeders. Flip that around. That's because it's all right, but you have the focus on types of bird feeders, not on squirrel proof. And that will cover all the types of bird feeders you have there.
It's not.
One tool, I mean, because we're manufacturers, we're trying to educate our consumers and more to sell, yearly to them. So we have squirrel proof feeders in the content area, so we offer information about, squirrel proof feeders. And then we have a squirrel proof feeders section in the shop area. So if you go to waterproof feeders at the top.
Mm-hmm. And there is squirrel proof.
The other one I checked wasn't
So
even on the
what
page.
Squirrel proof
would you
feeders.
optimize? I mean, would you optimize the shop area or the content area or?
I'd optimize the squirrel proof page and try to get that to rank. Or are you asking
Yeah, this one
specifically?
actually had names on links. I have no idea.
I'm looking at the squirrel proof feeders store page. Is there a squirrel proof feeders content page?
How do you get the squirrel
Yeah,
proof feeders?
there's a content page in
Or
the
the squirrels?
It has a squirrel on it, orange title, it says squirrel proof feeders.
Yes, and then these
I see
are-
protecting birds and then squirrels.
Yeah, that's the content area. If you go to the top navigation.
That's the,
Then
Yeah.
you go to
the,
shop.
that section right there is a little confusing because I see protecting birds and then squirrels and insects, and I think protecting squirrels, protecting insects, and that could just be me. But if you could change the wording to something like protecting birds from squirrels, protecting birds from insects, that, I mean, that at least would be more obvious to the user. I think maybe making help and advice a little bit bigger. That's not going to help necessarily with the search engines, but that's going to help the users understand that that's where they can go to get that kind of information. Have you ever written articles that are like op-ed pieces and distributed them places?
We have them. We use it for our newsletters.
Okay.
And it's different articles on the helpful resource at the bottom navigation.
On the protecting birds from squirrels, the evil man-eating squirrels, the headline is protecting birds, but I clicked on the squirrels tab, so it should be protecting birds from squirrels, because that's what we got to focus on. We're not protecting the birds from oil spills or, you know, electric lines. We're protecting them from the evil man-eating squirrels. So I just think that needs to be called out and made. Well, and it doesn't even talk about, the word squirrel is just not even in here a lot. You got a nice pretty picture of a scary looking squirrel, but.
What you need to do is sell that squirrel rocket launcher.
That would be funny.
And do you see any architectural problems with the site at all?
No,
For the most part, it's
architecture-wise,
good.
it looks pretty solid.
From the linking perspective, we only have like 800 links.
Yeah, you really need to, I was just going through some of your links. You need a better portfolio,
Yeah,
a
it's
more
not even-
balanced portfolio of your links.
It's not even about number, right? Because the number's not important. Like I build you 1,000 links. If they're all crap, it's not going to matter, right? Like one quality link can do a lot more for you than 1,000 bad links. So it's really about creating a link portfolio that looks natural, right? That is natural, and build it within relevant verticals.
Yeah,
and
it looks like
quality pages.
a lot of the links that Yahoo is showing are coming from some sort of blog network that you're probably involved in. They're not going to help you. So again, it's not count, it's quality and getting a nice portfolio balanced out.
And like a lot of the ideas we gave you, again, if you're a merchant, use product. We've done that really successfully with clients. Or, you know, the blog idea is great because you're really, again, in a hobbyist niche. So start that up.
Why inside instead of outside? Let's say that I call my blog my Wildbird Journal.
Right.
And I run all my social media initiative the same way, and then I do sponsored by your perspective.
Because you're going to have to, because the internal link equity is so much easier and so much more powerful than shooting external link equity off, right? Because like you can funnel it right into your site. Also, like, it just allows you to use that. It's giving more relevance to your domain at that point in time.
Depth of
Everything's
content,
staying
authority
in there.
status.
And so it just makes more sense. Like, if you have to do it, you have to go off the domain. You don't have to do it. You can stay on, right? Like your niche will be fine within this domain. So you might as well stay on it. Again, it's also about resources. Again, like you have resources, keep them on the
Subdomains are separate domains.
Yeah, you're putting a bunch of effort into your blog to get links. And what's going to happen is your blog's going to do really well, and your site isn't benefiting other than a few links that you throw back at it. So why not have all those links come into birdfeeders.com, and then you have a lot more control over what's going on. Plus, if you get 100 new links, they're all to the site you're actually trying to get ranked.
And then think of the traffic too. Like if I get like, let's do it. You do a social push on like, let's say the idea again, like you put an M80 in a bird feeder and you blow up the birds, right? And so whatever, and it goes hot on dig. Like you're gonna get a ton of traffic coming to that site, a lot of links. Like that traffic's really not gonna matter for anything.
Pile of hate mail.
But it's gonna come to, like, you can get a lot of links from that. The links are gonna send more traffic to your site, right? And those people, if they're going to a blog, like they'll know about your blog, but they're not necessarily gonna know about the rest of your products and different things like that. So you always want to send as many people to your site as possible.
Do you frame the blog in the same navigation as the main site?
Yeah, make it look the same,
So
and
like,
then have
But
exactly,
do
because
not
that way you
use
have link
frames.
equity shooting through all your information architecture, right? That's the benefit of the internal links. Instead of shooting it through one link, you're shooting it through your natural information architecture now, sending everything through your category level down. And that's really the benefit.
I think you said framing. I don't know.
No, she didn't mean
look and feel.
iframing.
Frame.
She
Look and
meant
feel.
just,
Yeah, but just to be clear, do
Making
not
it look
use
the same.
frames. Iframes, bad.
yeah, she just meant putting it like in the wrapper that makes it look like the rest of the site. So taking WordPress and taking the PHP out and putting it in that same look.
Your site is also another phenomenal candidate for the Yahoo Paid Inclusion program.
Yeah.
This would do so well, 28 cents a click.
And then are you guys in Google base as well?
Sorry?
Yahoo, what?
Yahoo Paid Inclusion? Who?
You're not
familiar
doing
with
Google
it?
Base?
Do you use long tail keyword for paid inclusion?
Yeah, there's three kinds.
Do hummingbird feeders?
Yeah, well, there's three kinds of feed level. There's the top level feed, which is your homepage, category level feed, and then product level feed. And it's not, the thing with paid inclusion, it's not keyword specific. You don't go, I want to do paid inclusion for this keyword. You go, I want to do paid inclusion for this URL or these URLs. And then we optimize that feed towards the keywords that you want to rank. So you won't necessarily get traffic just on hummingbird feeder. You get traffic on derivatives around that. And it's all very trackable. You turn it on, you turn it off, you take URLs out, put them in. It's very, very flexible.
It's like organic rankings, but cheating. Because like you're gonna rank for the same terms.
Cheating's such a harsh word.
But it's like you're gonna rank for the same terms, right? Like we were running a paid inclusion account. Like the clicks we were getting were like for stuff that we didn't even know. So it's still everything's gonna count. Like your links count, how you architect the page, all of those concepts. But now you're giving it like a little shot of steroids because you're paying Yahoo directly. So they're like, ooh, I want to get paid for this, and they go because it's Yahoo, and they don't make money any other way.
I have one last question about the site. We have sister products. I don't know if you noticed that from the top navigation. We use that section to cross-sell among all our sites. We have 6 different products, different brands, different sites. But it's the same product really showing in front of the site. Is that a problem?
They're the same descriptions?
Yeah, though we have related products and those are different.
Yeah, you're gonna want to just differentiate content. If all you're doing is as an upsell measure, right, which is maybe what you're doing, and you're saying, hey, while you're here, why don't you buy this? If it's the same product, you might want to no index those the products on this site, and that way they're not like duping out for the products on the other site, right?
Personally, I would just combine all of those into a single domain.
What do you think?
Like one monster
You're talking,
domain.
yeah, make it a single domain. You're going to increase your authority. I mean, your link equity is not going to get spread around to multiple domains.
I mean, it depends what her strategy is too, because she starts a bird watching blog on this one. You know what I mean? Then all of a sudden now she has a lawn care product site with a bird watching blog on it. Like, you know what I mean? Depends. I think for the link building
it
side
does.
of it, might be easier just to work in the niche, but it's something you need to look at overall.
Good question. Yeah.
What's going to happen?
We honestly don't know yet. For the time being, PI is running the same as usual. I mean, the reality is, I expect that you're not going to see anything change over at Yahoo for at least 12 months. So, and PI can be set up inside of a week. So, you know, get it set up, we'll run it out. PI makes a ton of money for Yahoo. Microsoft used to use PI when they were backfilled by Inktomi, so they know how much money is in the mix. I expect we'll see it stick around in some form, but that's just my.
That, you know, great range with PI, and do you think it's going to carry the Bing?
Well, the discussion is that Yahoo technology is going to go away, and they're going to be powered by Bing, right? So it's really up to Microsoft to decide if they want to keep paid inclusion and integrate it into their technology. So
we like Bing because you can spam them.
Yeah, and if it goes away, Bing is so eminently
It's pretty
so
easy.
beatable. It's not even funny.
Okay.
But you know, obviously, it's what we do, and we hope it sticks around. But I figure we got 12 months easy before anything gets turned off, let alone even decided about it. And you're talking about two of the biggest internet companies in America that are colossally bad at making decisions and getting anything done. So that's good for us.
Next site we're going to look at is visionprepaid.com.
This one.
Vision Prepaid.
First issue, I mean, you've got a canonical issue. Pick one or the other, www or non-www, and then 301 redirect.
Along with that, you are also linking to your home page. Double check this. Your home, A, you're calling it home. B, that's going to index.html. That is yet another canonical issue. www, non-www, non-www with index.html, and www with index.html. Those are 4 different pages in Google's eyes. 4, count. And if links are going to all 4, you're losing. Consolidate, make sure you're picking, preferably without index.html. Everybody's going to use your root domain. Pick one, www non, and stop using index.html.
So Google's got you sorted out, though. They've got
Yes.
you at www.visionprepaid.com. So you still want to do all that stuff just in case they screw up at some point.
Which they do.
They do all the time. So like I said in the previous session, if it's something you can fix, even if you think Google has it right, put the fix in anyways, because never, ever leave it up to Google if you can, you know.
It's kind of like preventative medicine.
Yes.
Don't expect Google is going to, or any of the search engines are going to do what they say they do. Expect that they won't, and that way you're prepared when they don't, and you don't take a hit. Whose side is this again? In your space, you're definitely going to need inbound links.
Yeah, we've had really hard time, building inbound links. We
You guys,
actually been working with a PR firm to, generate some great content
Sure.
to push out to some of these different publications and stuff, but.
You guys, it looks like you're pretty actively, well, I don't know if you are, they might be buying links. Like, then,
Yeah.
it's okay, I don't work for Google, you can say it.
I'm not gonna tell anyone.
I'm not gonna tell anybody,
I mean,
trust me.
that's the only thing I've found that has shown any results
But,
whatsoever.
right, but you got, like, the way that these link buys are going, like, I looked at it as soon as I saw it, like.
They're networks.
Like, they're, this might be some Indian company that you're using, or a Filipino company, because like, the one thing, I get these all the time, like, when we've tried different outsourcers, they try these links that it's like a website, .com/ and it's like some directory that has nothing to do with my niche. So if I'm building links for a casino affiliate, it's like natural health
Todd, that
remedies
same,
or something
same-
like that,
same
right?
company.
It's like, what does that have to do with
Who
me?
knows
And
for this
so,
company?
like for me, I looked at your backlinks and the first page, I was like, they're buying links.
Yeah.
So if a spam
Or-
team's alerted to it, like they're definitely doing
Some of it too, though, is what I'm seeing here on the links is they're scraping search results or directory results and putting up these ridiculous pages and putting AdSense on them, and you're getting caught up in that, which isn't a bad thing.
And it seems like it's a lot of the articles that the PR firm is generating.
Yeah, you need to pry stuff away from them.
Yeah.
Whatever they're doing.
Yeah,
They're not going to
This is
really
gonna
help
be.
you.
So you guys are an affiliate, right?
No,
You guys
we're merchant.
You're a merchant.
Yeah,
but
it's our prepaid.
The thing with your PR guys,
Yeah,
though,
we need
depending on what they're doing, they need to do it hand in hand with some SEO. Like just generating a bunch of stuff and putting it out there, that's a start. But if you're gonna generate a bunch of articles and stuff, let's make sure they're SEO'd correctly. Let's
Yeah.
make sure
And-
they're distributed to the right places.
Yeah.
Let's make sure they have some links in them.
Since you are a merchant as well, I mean, this is your brand, correct?
Yeah.
What would you do if you burned it in the eyes of the engines?
Like it wouldn't work.
You were
anymore.
banned.
Yeah.
It could never get back in.
So
Yeah, take care of your brand. So if you're gonna, whatever you're doing out there, make sure you really try to craft that very well.
yeah. So have you guys put out a press release, like a real press release, like in the last 6 months?
Yeah.
Any?
About 3 of them.
All right. So like, what was one of them? Give me an example of some news that you put out.
About some enhancements on the cards, new features that were available on the card.
Okay, so let's say, right, like I'm doing your link building, I'm gonna take that press release and you put out that press release on press release wires, right?
Yeah.
Again, like everything has to look natural in the eyes of the engine. So then I also, after putting on press release wires, I'm not really caring about the links that come from that. I'm gonna go hit up some college blogs as well. This is prepaid cards, right? So mom and dad can buy a prepaid card and give it to them. So we go on college student blogs, we say, hey, blog about this, here's the press release. Now when Google goes back to check those links, even if you like slip some cash in the college kid's pocket, they can always go back to the press release and say, hey, that's where that came from, right? It's a little bit sly to do that. But like,
Also sponsor a party at a college.
but no, so you get some quality links now that maybe you purchased, because in the industry you're in, you're definitely gonna have to do some of that, right? But at the same time, it looks completely natural and you're camouflaging it.
And that's what we tried doing, with a lot of the press releases that we're doing, we're trying to get, we're doing paid blogs. Obviously, we're using the wrong network for it.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to use a network at all. You want to use like a link building professional that has bloggers on call. Because what happens is like, if you guys remember paper posts, like the reason that was a fiasco is because everybody knew who paper posts were. Like they were able to take down the network really fast, right?
Yeah.
So like anything network driven, like you just have to stay away from. Because if we can figure out what a network is, like the engines can definitely figure out what a network is, especially like with all the stuff they're doing with block level segmentation and everything now, like they're able to figure out, to sniff out anything on a page. So, you just have to be a little trickier. And then also right now, like you guys are a prime candidate for social kind of stuff, like with all the credit crisis. Like think about how many different like types of like,
Infographics.
Infographics would be crazy. Like pull up visualeconomics.com. So visualeconomics.com is run by a company called creditrepair.com. I'm not outing them, it's actually on the site, like that it's there. And this was a company that did credit stuff, not credit repairs, credit, what does it say on it, the bottom? It says
What?
a blah, blah, blah site, credit what? Creditloan.com, right? So this is a great example. They do so much stuff with the credit crisis, and they got one of their infographics got 25,000 backlinks for one infographic, right? Links from like MSN, CNN, like everybody was linking to this infographic. Like what would you do if you were able to even drop one link on an infographic page from a page that had 25,000 backlinks back to your site? Again, that's the quality versus quantity metric, right? Who cares if you can get 1,000 links? I'd rather have the one link from that infographic with all that anchor text shooting back that says credit or credit cards. So these are the kind of quality kind of things that you can do that nobody in your niche is really doing right now, except for these guys. Some others, they're a little bit ahead of you, and their stuff is really good. But there's definitely ways to build links in tough spots, like gambling, pharma, all those. Like you just have to be creative about it,
Okay, next one we're gonna do is doughroller.net.
I have a quick question about the infographics. Well, what's the best way to put that on your page? Just
So there's
put it right on the page, like a picture, and put an alt tag on it, or?
there's several ways, right? Like so Visual Economics, they actually drop it in their blog because they're trying to build up the equity of that site. So if you're trying to get traffic and do CPM model based advertising and things like that, you want it on the page so you can actually get analytics and see what's going on and also have advertising. If you're just doing it for links for your site, you might host it as just an image early on, right? A lot of people just host them as images.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
So it really depends on what you're trying to do as a website owner, how you're gonna host it. A lot of times what we'll do, because it's kind of hard to lay it out as an image that lays in a blog post, is we'll run it as an image first, and then later on 301 it into our blog post. So we're taking the same content and we're making it look better as a blog post later on after we've done what we want to do with it. It really just depends on what you're doing.
Who's Dough Roller?
It's full affiliate site.
Yeah, including vision.
That's pretty.
All right.
It's like a thesis blog.
It
I was
is
about
a
to say,
thesis blog.
It is a thesis blog.
Chris will be happy.
And the coding was so great.
So a lot of the SEO is going to be fairly taken into account right out of the gate because you're on thesis. Is there a particular issue you're looking at here?
Not particularly, other than just making sure I'm not doing anything really stupid in terms of SEO. My main focus is credit cards, although I also do things like credit reporting, FICO, that sort of thing.
You have 42,910 inbound links.
Dude.
One of them was bought.
I always like it when the guys show up and go, just wait, he's going to look up my links. Woohoo!
Well, they take a long time, but the thing is I've kind of gotten stuck on terms of credit card rankings, which are obviously very competitive.
Yeah.
Bottom of the first page, top of the second. And so a lot of that may be just more link building over time.
It really is. The fact that you're bottom of first page, top of second, bouncing around there already, and you've done, I haven't gone in to really look at the backlinks here, but I'm getting the sense that it's pretty legit. You're rocking it already. It's just a matter of a handful of, to move from
the bottom of the page to the top of the page on Google is usually, if you do it right, it's a handful of links. It's not even that.
So it's just pure quality.
Pure quality at that point.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of your links are run a site, it looks like, but,
I'm sorry?
so it looks like a lot of the links that at least Yahoo's showing right now are run of site.
You gotta remember that link placement really counts a lot, right? Especially with like all the, again, block level segmentation. Block level segmentation, like Google can actually see what's in the body content of a site, what's on the side navigation, comment section, right? They can actually figure out like what block of your site links are in, and they place different equity on different places. So like they know sidebars have been abused and beat to shit, right? And they know that people buy the hell out of them, so they mark it down in value. Footer links, right? Those were like huge because of Todd and some other people. Blog comments don't count anymore, right? So like in text.
I like to think I make the internet a better place after I've been there.
So in text links,
like
right? Like textual links are always going to be more valued.
So it's just a matter of like guest posting and that sort of thing.
Yeah, just again getting.
Text to other people's sites.
Yeah, just getting like some really good content that people want to link to and letting people know about it.
Does that apply as well to internal links? I mean, like my sidebars are primarily navigational.
Right.
Which I assume is fine, but
Yeah.
look at the value too.
No, your site navigation is going to be fine. It's going to spread internal equity just fine.
And for a site of this size, which has only got 600 or 700 pages, would you just have one site-wide navigation scheme as opposed to content sensitive?
Yeah. I wouldn't get too hung up on that. I mean, in my experience, you got to start looking at a really, really large site for that kind of granular manipulation to really start kicking in. We used to do SEO for a large consumer electronics retailer. They had, we actually had Google convinced they had 4 million pages, which is a whole other story. But at that level of site, adding in, popular categories to the footer of every page. So at the bottom they had, the About Us and privacy policy, FAQ, all that kind of junk. And then we just added in another sub-nav that just was like popular categories. It was like computer upgrades, printers, monitors, that kind of stuff. And, within 2 weeks, they hit top 5 for everything we put in that footer just because, there was a million new internal links, which doesn't quite work as well today. This was a couple years back. But point is, you got to get to a significant size. 600-700 pages probably isn't going to do it for you.
I mean, I do see changes in rankings depending on what I put in my sidebar. I could take a link out of my sidebar and the ranking will change. I didn't mean it obviously depends on what the keyword is.
Yeah.
Other factors, but.
Yeah, for credit cards, probably not going to make a difference. I mean, you could toss it in there. I don't see it on the left-hand nav there just as a straight-up credit cards link.
No, I don't, not on the home page, although on the right sidebar I do have some.
Okay.
I mean, you've got a couple nice, just nice probably traffic links coming from, the money blog on MSN.
Yeah.
But again, it's a site-wide link, so probably just one of those is going to really count.
Yeah, and see, do you have somebody doing blog commenting for you?
No.
At all?
Should I?
No.
No.
Just wondering if you did. Again, these are like all like domain level links, and so when I look through your portfolio, it's like you're just not getting those contextually heavy links that might be spreading more equity through the site. Like right now it's just all site wide. Yeah, a lot of blog rolls.
Yeah, which probably brings you decent traffic, and I mean it does help somewhat, but it's not. Again, it's not the quantity by any means.
Well, the other thing, we can go back, like Dave's already said, we've already covered it 100 times. Infographics are a hot commodity right now. You're in a space where the research you're doing and what you're writing about, you probably got all kinds of data you can make some really cool infographics out of and put those up on the site and and then come to Dave over here and get him to help you push it socially.
Or even like regular content, like just think outside of the box and make creative content. Like, you know what I mean? Like, man, we have this one site that we do really well on that all we do is like repost like funny pictures all the time. And like, we just get tons of traffic for it. And it's just like, just make stuff that people want to go to. I mean, what do you do when you surf the internet during the day? You want to get onto a site, see something entertaining, and get off it really quick, right? So like, you should be thinking about those concepts when you're writing your blog pieces as well. Because then say you're not doing a huge, like, I get 600 links from this, whatever, but let's say 10 people come to that and link to it with quality contextual links. You're rocking at that point if you can do that on a weekly basis.
We've got time for about 2 more reviews, so next one we'll do is accountnow.com.
Count now.
Question over there?
Yeah, you mentioned you have to create comments on blogs. Are you asking the to advertise on blogs or vertical?
No, the question was, you go to other blogs and comment about, hey, I really liked your content, you should check out my blog, here's my link, that kind of stuff. You got to be very, very judicial with that. It's not a good source of links, it's a good source of community building and interaction. It's not worth it for the links.
Don't spam like that. Just, I mean, if you're going to use it to build traffic, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
If you're going to use it to build relationships, that's great. It's not worth it to spam.
Yeah, I mean, like the way that link building really works with blog comments is this. Like, let's say he has a blog on bicycles and I have a blog on bicycle seats, right? Or a store. I go to his blog and I really start to communicate with him about his bicycles. He'll eventually come to my blog, probably trying to figure out who I am or whatever, and then eventually might start writing about my bicycle seats. And that's like really how to get links, because most links are no followed, and if they're not no followed, Google knows exactly what a comment area looks like. They're going to be devalued, and then you're also just letting Google know that, or whoever, that you're spamming everything.
And well, I was just going to say, and for God's sakes, use your name. Don't sign up and put like bicycle seat as your name. I get people coming by my blog all the time, and they'll write like a good comment about an article I wrote or whatever, and they're like, yeah, I'm pretty sure your birth certificate doesn't say payday loan. So
unless you're clever, like my business partner, and you figure out how to put your key term into a nickname that you have, and then rank for that key term.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, go out and do it, and be judicious. Don't do it everywhere. Find a lot of this comes back to authority. If you try to build enough links to become the authority so that you then attract links and you get to stop having to worry about it. How you attract links is being that authority. So be very, very careful how you build that authority. But you want to do it, and you're going to have to do it by talking on other blogs, writing articles, guest posting, all that kind of stuff. Become known in the space, and then people come to you just because you are who you are. Account now. Ooh, more prepaid credit cards. Hey, are we at an affiliate conference?
What's in the iframe that's off the page? Whose account now? What's in the iframe that's right up here?
Just load the URL.
Well, there's nothing in it though. It just looks weird. See, that's where it stops. But it's just.
What page?
And I think there's a universal theme of canonical issues that need to be addressed. Like, you guys are pulling the default .aspx, right? You want it to be setting to accountnow.com. It looks like a lot of your links are probably going to accountnow.com as well.
It's off.
But there's nothing in it.
So there's nothing in it. I know, but I just wanted to know in case there was like a script buried in it or something.
Externalize your CSS, JavaScript. If you do not need your commented out code to be in your text in there, which you don't, remove it.
I'm going to take a stab. Probably need some more links.
How did
Your Roma following this?
10,000 links. Should we go look at some of those?
Yeah, let's, as someone famous usually says, let's look at your links.
By the way, you never ever, if you think you might be doing anything wrong and you ever get a chance to have like Matt Cutts from Google up here, and you're curious and you think there might be something, I might have done one little thing wrong, by God, don't tell him what your site is, because he will find it
And then he gets really cocky about it. Because the guy, he'll go, so do you guys buy any links? It's gonna be, oh, no, we don't buy any links at all.
Oh, really?
Oh, well, what about this domain? What about that domain? Is this your site? And then the poor dude's just runs out of the room usually.
That was priceless.
Yeah, usually by the time you get back from the conference, you're nowhere to be found.
Yeah. Literally, we've sat in sessions where by the end of the session,
It was gone.
it was gone. What the
Sometimes-
hell was that site? It was me and Matt and
Yeah, I do
Greg.
remember that. I actually think it disappeared
No, was that
in the
the
session.
Chump site?
Before the end of the conference?
before the end of
Before
the
the end of the
session.
session.
He has a black book and he sits in the back and
Oh, and
he
he had
takes
his, well,
notes.
he was on the
His,
panel.
his
He
tools
was on the
and
panel
his
with us.
computer, like as long as he has his computer, oh dear God.
Yeah, he VPNs right into his
Yes.
his really
Yeah.
special
Are you-
little tools.
So I just tell them, oh, my competitor, that's my site.
Which is why usually during site review panels, we, like most of the time, they'll require your business card.
Yeah.
So that, that doesn't happen.
We'll
Not
often
that
go.
anyone would ever order,
Yeah,
250
I mean, we know you guys are all
business
spammers anyway, so it's fine.
You'll often see somebody on a panel like this hold up the business card and go, okay, so-and-so, are you in the room? Greg puts his hand up. Are you sure? Really? All right.
Looks, are you guys doing like a lot of, whose is this again?
Dude, you're in Wikipedia?
Yeah, they got a Wikipedia link. Whose is this? Nobody's?
Is that a good thing?
This site belongs to nobody.
He's all hiding now. It's great. It's like, I'm not here.
No, dude. It's,
I mean, this is this site doesn't have terribly good rankings. I'm sure it did at one point. Because of all the things that you mentioned. It's not as much as it was or as tried to be. So it's sort of at a high level, I mean, with the sort of biggest
Depth of content.
Yeah, they're all right. So there's some like really evident link buying going on that they were doing before, where they're actually going to pass past posts and then having extra text put in. And the big tip off for it is that there's another link being bought for another company in the same in the same group. So
and on that point, a lot of where you can go buy links in blog posts. Think about this for a second. So Google's really, really good at finding links now. They can actually devalue a single link on a page and let everything else pass. I mean, they're down to that. So, and they have 10 years worth of the internet and every version of every page that they've crawled for 10 years on the internet, right? So they keep going back and pinging, looking for changes. They find a blog post from 2002 that is fine. The next day they go back and ping it. Ooh, look, there's a magic link. The word credit cards is now linked in the middle of this blog post that hasn't changed the last 10,000 times we pinged it. That's so algorithmically easy to just devalue that link. It's probably not going to get you penalized because if it was that easy to get penalized, what would we all be doing? We'd all be buying links for our competitors, right? We wouldn't be buying any links for us. We'd just go buy all kinds of links and just point them at all our competitors and watch them go down in flames. That doesn't happen. So at the very least, you're wasting money. Most paid links, unless you're getting some real experts to do it, is just a waste of money because 99% of them just don't count. And and trying to find that 1% that do work.
In terms of SEO, but not maybe traffic?
More than likely, if you're paying for a link, you're not going to get any traffic from it anyway.
Yeah.
Once again, depends on who you use for that.
So again, like the mix that you really want is quality, right? In this whole game, and like a lot of what I'm seeing, especially with the finance guys, and because finance is really competitive, is that you guys are going out after the quantity of links, not really paying attention to the quality of the links that you're getting. You got to think outside the box, right? Let's say everybody in finance is only building within the finance niche, okay? Go outside the finance niche. Find something else that you can start getting links from. So if you're doing prepaid cards, start talking to small business owners or contractors, right? Go to the contractor niche, people that are writing contractor or home improvement blogs, and say why utilizing your budget appropriately through a prepaid credit card would be an effective blog to write, right? And then even if you're doing a sponsored post on that, it's outside the niche, and you're gonna be able to differentiate your link profile from your competitors at that point in time. The whole point of the game isn't to be as good as the next person, it's to be better, right? But to be better without drawing attention to yourself.
One link better.
You know, and so so don't follow the path set. Like create your own path, like with that in mind. That's really what the game is about, and we've had a lot of success in some pretty difficult niches based on that concept.
Something else I'm noticing: your backlinks. Now we just had somebody else's prepaid cards somewhere. Somebody else's prepaid cards. Okay. What he's doing right that I'm not seeing on your side is a lot of his backlinks had very different anchor text. They weren't the same over and over again. You're going to rank fantastically for account now, by the way, because almost all your links are either to your name or they're to www.either.com, .net with an HTTP with not. Basically, good chunk of your anchor text is your name. What he's doing really well is the backlinks look really natural. There's good anchor text. It isn't the same over and over again, but it's very descriptive. Same thing here. So also something else to look out for.
Yeah. Oh, and to back up to you, number 9 result for your name, ripoffreport.com. Yeah. You may want to talk to me about that afterwards. Question?
Dave, you mentioned a Wikipedia link. Didn't Wikipedia no follow all outbound links to avoid?
Yeah, I think we were just
I'm just
astonished
surprised that it's even in there for that there's a link to a prepaid. I mean, it just surprised me.
They actually have 2 links. They have one, it's in the external links, it goes to the article, and then it links again referencing the company. That's
No, it's
that's
just
butter. Seriously.
it's rare, and it can drive traffic.
Yeah.
Say again?
Do the outbound links from Wikipedia count?
No. I mean, they're no followed. So, it
But-
became such a spam haven for a while.
It's kind of a not an absolute statement to answer.
Yeah, Google has said that they will use no follow links for discovery. So
Yeah,
they do follow them to see what's there, but whether they apply the link or not,
They don't count.
Google has never actually said, if a link is no followed, we will not apply credit. They've never come out and said it that straight.
And the way I deal with theoretical questions like, will it pass? Maybe it won't. We don't know. You don't do it because why? It's a waste of time, and time is money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So spend the time and money doing something else that's going to be productive, because there's no reason, unless you're experimenting, unless you're an SEO has time on their hands, but you're probably not a good SEO at that point in time, right? So unless you got time on your hands, just don't do it, because nobody knows if maybe it does, and then.
And to be honest, there's no way you can prove it anyway.
Yeah.
So just, why even do it? I would guess it's good for traffic though, right? Because Wikipedia gets a ton of traffic. So whoever's going to that page and going from there, probably like some good traffic, like one link that actually does send good traffic.
The-house.com. Okay, we're gonna got about 5 more minutes, so we're gonna hit one real quick, and it's the-house.com.
Well, the car doesn't even come through.
From a landing page perspective, dear God, there's a lot of stuff here.
No, that's not me.
Well,
going
for
into
the sake
shock.
of this discussion, it's all you.
Okay. And I'm
We have to have somebody to pick on.
I'm not technical at all, so I'm just gonna have to take your comments back.
Well, majority of your homepage is a graphic.
Yeah.
Take that back. I did a quote. Wow. Okay.
So one of the things that people don't really get a lot of the time is the difference between proper siloing and doorway pages, right? So if you look at the bottom of your page, you have a lot of doorway pages to other pages within your architecture, okay? People misunderstand, they're like, oh, this is a really good way for me to funnel my equity to other pages of my site. Well, not really, because you want to theme out your site appropriately. You want to have each category as it goes down kind of be defined by the category above it. So if you're just funneling all over the place, t-shirts, hoodies, videos, youth snowboard, it's you're just blasting equity.
Gets even better.
So I one of the first things I did when I started working with one of our jewelry clients when I came on, they had like doorway pages just like this to their site. And I was like, no, let's just redo your IA, let's do the information architecture appropriately. Oh, our old SEO said this is the best way to, move site equity through the site. And no, because now instead of, a lot of the times it's become site-wide, right? So I have all these site-wide leaks like pouring all over the place. You really want to make sure that you're theming how your link equity flows down. It also goes in with just like how you're theming out the site from an SEO perspective.
How long has your site been up?
A long time, I don't know how many years. We did this switch.
Just curious, because I mean, just showing close to 100,000 inbound links.
Like product pages.
Wondering why they bought if your site's been up that long, wondering why they bought the domain with the hyphen in it.
Yeah, like it looks like this
a
doorway
96
page
domain.
strategy's been
Yeah.
like one of your SEO's like
December
main
96.
strategies to go after.
1996 registered.
Do
No,
anything you want.
2096.
Yes,
1996 registered domain name.
yeah.
Go
Very
do
nice.
anything. Go do anything you want. You have a free.
You're gonna pretty much get away with it. Go spam the hell out of Google, and Google will still love you.
Old domain has more clout.
If
Crusty
you
old
predate
domains.
Google,
Yeah.
you're pretty much granted authority status.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has to be continual registration though, and there are a lot of other factors that are mixed into that as well. But
I mean, a lot of it has to do too with link age that you have inbound links from.
Yeah.
Because it's going to build up your age equity from links. So like if you just bought a domain that's been registered since '96, it's not going to be as good as a site that's been
Correct.
since 1996.
And a site that's been indexed
that's been linked and
as well.
indexed as well. Yeah. So
I mean, don't think that they don't actually look at archive.org data as well.
is this a custom solution like you guys are running on ecom style, or is this like something hosted?
We have someone who hosts it for us, but they do everything to our specs.
Okay. So it's not like a Volusion type deal where you
You
guys
got
are
some
locked
great
into
inbound
their
links,
stuff.
too.
No.
Like you're is there another
Contextual relevant.
navigation? Yeah, the side navigation is where the links come in, right?
It's all an image map.
So what's wrong with the site?
Text.
Do you not get traffic?
No, we get a lot of traffic. I think it's too cluttered myself. I was
Oh.
wondering what you guys were gonna
Redesign it, change things around. You've got a kind of a free pass. Just make sure that you still follow best guidelines with SEO.
Yeah, I would definitely do some work on the usability side of it, just because it is very cluttered. It's hard to figure out where things are. If you are going to go down that road and start moving things around, and your URLs are going to possibly be changing. Make sure you have a plan in place for that as far as redirecting old to new in that
Yeah.
case, because you have great link equity. You don't want that to go away just because some pages went down and moved to a different place. You want to conserve that.
And to do your information architecture correctly, you're gonna have to like get out of the image mapping concept and go towards CSS or whatever you're gonna use to actually, make these links at the top, like Snowboard Shop and whatever, like readable links instead of.
The other thing as well is
Image map.
probably do not let the owner help design the site. I'm going to assume that this is in his image, correct?
It is.
Ban him now. Just
Yeah, slap him.
Can't.
keep him out of this as much as possible. Show him the end result and be like, look, pretty.
I mean, you've got the age of your domain, your inbound links, what you're doing, your real site, you're selling stuff. You could probably doing a lot better, especially on conversion and usability.
Yeah, if you
would
guys just scraped all the
stay away.
banners on the side, I think like you'd focus the message a lot more. Like,
Yeah,
they have,
on the left and the right.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
insane.
And then,
And so like
yeah.
you scrap
I've
that
had
and you get rid of
clients
the
like him,
image
too.
map, I think you're like on the
Exactly
right
like him.
path.
But now I was gonna let him hear this and I can't now that you guys said that.
Oh, this,
We have cards. Have him call us. We will tell him the same
No.
thing.
and actually, I do believe that this will be up on video and audio one day.
Yeah.
Great.
If you
So,
talk,
sir, don't touch the site.
Stop, please.
if you talk him into doing a redesign and a relaunch and you change the structure significantly and the URLs change, now this is you're changing the structure and the URLs change. Once you relaunch, there's gonna be a drop in traffic. It's not that you did anything wrong, it's that it happens. It will come back, it will probably come back better. There's going to be a drop and he's probably going to have a coronary. I'd be calling you at 3 o'clock in the morning, apoplectic. So,
Apoplectic.
So, but your biggest.
Going for $10 words.
suggestions would be to get out of the image mapping and go more towards CSS and declutter.
make it
Declutter
pretty.
for sure.
Spend some money on usability testing.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised what that would actually do.
And Carolyn's exactly right. There will be, in theory, you should be able to move without a drop in traffic.
In reality.
But
in reality, there generally will. We moved, a company I was working for, we moved Nike's online store twice inside of 6 months, which was a whole retarded thing in itself. But we managed to do that with about a 10% drop in traffic over 2 weeks.
You can
So it's still pretty manageable.
You can also do a staggered approach to a switch.
That's not as much fun.
Which
rip the
some
Band-Aid
companies
off.
tend to go if your product base is huge. Like you could go like, okay, we're gonna move, bind.
She doesn't really have to move anywhere else, she can keep the same ones as we designed set it.
Yeah,
Well,
well, she was
you
saying
can
there
do that.
might be.
I'm just
a-
saying, yeah, I'm saying
If there's
in
a
general.
platform change.
Okay, guys, it's 4:30. 3 of us have got to head out right now to the airport and catch a flight.
Yes.
But thank you very much.
Yeah.